All right, let's look at the homework 4.1, 4.2, problem number 10. All right, in a typing class, the average number n of words per minute typed after t weeks of lessons can be modeled by this function here. All right, part A, find the average number of words per minute typed after 8 weeks. All right, so they're just we want to just plug in t equals 8 there. So let's do that. All right, so I'm going to just bring out a calculator. All right, then I'm going to just type in, oh, actually I can't see the function here, so I'm going to just move it over here. All right, so I'm going to just define the function, go to y. All right, so get rid of that junk. So you have a 91 and divided by, and then we have a parenthesis, 1 plus 8.5, 8.5. Then you have a e to the, so here's the exponential function, and the negative 0.12. We're going to use x instead of t, right? Then close parenthesis, right? So then hit enter, right? So we have that. Then I'm going to just go back to the regular main screen, right? Then for part A, all you have to do is plug in t equals 8 or x equals 8 in this case. So I'm going to go to variables, right? Y variables, right? Then function, so 1. Right, and y1. Right, then we're going to plug in t equals 8. So I'm going to plug in 8 here. Right, then hit enter. Right, so we got the 21.39. Right, so I'm going to type in. So I'm going to actually keep this in front. Actually, it was in front. Sorry. All right, so we're going to have 21.39, right? So let's go ahead and check the answer, submit for testing. All right, came back. It looks like we got part A correctly, right? Part B is just as easy. It's just that now t is 17, right? So I'm going to just bring out the here. So then I'm going to just put, let's see, 17 instead. Right, then hit enter. Right, and we got the 43.23. So I'm gonna put the 43.23. Right, so we have that. Let's check the answer. Submit for testing. All right, it came back. It looks like we got part B correctly. All right, then we have to look at the picture. Right, so let's try to find the correct picture. Right, so look at the starting point. So when, let's see, t equals 0, so you have 1 plus 8.5, so it's going to be, let's see, 0, so e to the 0 is 1, right? So it's going to be 91 divided by 9.5, so it's going to be slightly less than 10, right? So this is too small, and this is too big. And actually, this is actually too small. It's a slightly, so this is probably the right one. So we actually know the answer. All right, this is it. All right, so let's check the answer. Submit for testing. All right, it came back. Looks like we got the correct graph there. All right, so find the number of weeks required to achieve an average of 70 words per minute. All right, so let's do this. This one we need to do some calculation. All right, so we have a 91 over 1 plus 8.5 e to the negative 0.12t, right? So we want this to be 70 words, so we set that equal to 70, right? Then what we're going to do is I'm going to, let's see, I don't like a fraction, so I'm going to multiply through by 1 plus 8.5 e to the negative 0.12t, right? So you get 91 on this side, then we have 70 times 1 plus 8.5 8.5 e to the negative 0.12t. All right? All right, so we want to isolate t. So let's get rid of 70 first. So I'm going to divide through by 70. So I'm going to put the 70 here and the 70 here. All right? So we can cancel 70 here, 70 there. All right? Then I'm going to get rid of this 1. So we can just subtract 1 from both sides. So you have subtract 1. So it's a 91 over 70 minus 1. So that's what, so you have to subtract 70 over 70. So it's a 21 over 70 is equal to 8.5 e to the negative 0.12t. Right? Actually, 21 and the 7 is a 70 is a multiple of 7. So divide by 7, so we get 3. Divide by 7, we get 10. Right? So you get the 3 over 10. All right, so we can actually also write it as 0.3, right? If it's a little easier to write. All right, then I'm going to divide through by 8.5. All right, can I just go ahead and do that here? So divide by 8.5 and divide by 8.5. So we can cancel 8.5 and 0.5 there. All right. Then let's see, we need to get rid of this e or bring it down. So what you can do is we can take the natural log of both sides. So you have a natural log of 0.3 over 8.5, and this is equal to natural log of e to the negative 0.12t, right? Then what we can do is we can just, this is going to be equal to, right? Natural log and exponential function cancel out. So you have a negative 0.12t, right? Then we can just find the t here, right? So I'm going to divide through by negative 0.12, right? Then what you get is, let's see, natural log of 0.3 over 8.5 over negative 0.12, right? So this is going to be equal to t, right? So let's find that value. Right, so we want to compute natural log of 0.3, so 0.3 divided by 8.5, right, then divided by negative 0.12, right? So then hit enter, right? So it came out to be 27.866. So let's see, what's the nearest integer? So it's going to be 28 weeks, right? So the answer is going to be 28 weeks, right? Let's check the answer. All right, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly, right? Let's look at the part D, right? And let's see, the number of words per minute, let's see. Does not have a limit as t increases. Does have a limit as t increases without bound. All right, so you can see that if you put a really big t here, so you have a e to the negative really big power is going to approach 0, right? So which means that what you're left with is 91 over 1, which is 91. So I'm going to put 91 here. All right, so let's check the answer. All right, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.